In a world where success is often measured by how much money you make, it's easy to forget what truly holds value. We're constantly bombarded with the idea that wealth equals happiness. But is that really the case? What if the key to true prosperity lies not in accumulating riches, but in prioritizing something more important to her emotional health? It may sound counterintuitive, but the truth is that nurturing your emotional well-being can create a deeper, more lasting form of wealth than any bank account ever could. Ready to learn why putting your emotions first might be the best decision you ever make? It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of daily life, especially when you're trying to juggle everything on your own. But one thing becomes crystal clear: you can't solve everything at once. Acknowledging your current reality is the first step in embracing true change. Imagine if, instead of wishing for things to be different, you simply accepted what is. You might find that the stress begins to ease, just a little, as you stop fighting against the flow of life. Sometimes, it's like trying to row a boat upstream against a current that's far stronger than you. But when you let go of the need to control every aspect, the water flows smoother. The same principle applies to your financial and emotional struggles. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about acknowledging that you're not meant to bear the weight of the world. When you shift your focus, life starts to reveal opportunities for peace and abundance, even in the most difficult circumstances. Recognizing the reality of your situation doesn't mean you're resigning yourself to failure or defeat. In fact, by accepting where you are, you create the foundation for growth. You can build from a place of clarity, understanding that stress comes not from your circumstances, but from fighting against them. In those moments, ask yourself, what can I release to make this easier? It's this simple shift in thinking that unlocks the power to change. Stress and expectations often stem from an unrealistic view of what life should be. The truth is, life doesn't always unfold according to the timeline we envision. But there's beauty in embracing what is. Letting go means you can stop carrying unnecessary burdens, emotional or financial, that aren't serving your highest good. In that space, you'll find more room for growth, more space for love, and more space for prosperity to enter your life. When you think about letting go, don't envision it as losing something. Instead, see it as a way of freeing up energy to focus on what truly matters. Imagine a garden. When you clear away the weeds and dead leaves, the flowers have room to bloom. Similarly, releasing the weight of unnecessary worries opens up space for you to cultivate emotional health, resilience, and eventually, the wealth and abundance you desire. In practical terms, this could mean letting go of the need for constant validation or approval from others. It could mean letting go of the idea that you need to be everything to everyone. By releasing these pressures, you're actually giving yourself permission to live more authentically and confidently. And when you do, your energy shifts, attracting the prosperity that aligns with your true self. This process isn't easy, and it certainly doesn't happen overnight. But every step you take toward releasing stress and managing your expectations, you'll start to feel lighter, clearer, and more empowered. Remember, the more you let go, the more you make space for abundance, wealth, and emotional peace to flow into your life. And that's just the beginning. Living independently is a powerful choice that requires both courage and a deep commitment to your own values. If you're raising children on your own, it can feel overwhelming at times. The responsibility may seem daunting, but it's also an opportunity to shape the life you want without being dependent on anyone else. You have the power to decide what your days look like and how you nurture your family. And that's something incredibly empowering. The journey of independence begins with self-awareness, recognizing that you are in control of your destiny and that your choices shape the life you create is a game changer. When you fully embrace this responsibility, something magical happens. Your actions align with your desires. You stop waiting for others to make things happen for you and start creating your own opportunities. In fact, you might even begin to notice that as you step into this power, the universe starts responding in kind. opening doors to prosperity. One of the most important aspects of living independently is recognizing that you don't need to rely on others for validation or financial support. While asking for help when needed is fine, there's a significant difference between relying on others out of necessity and choosing to ask for support when it's truly beneficial. Independence means you make the decisions, you create the plans, and you take responsibility for the consequences, good or bad. It's about trusting your ability to handle life's challenges, knowing that you have the strength to navigate them. Raising children on your own doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means teaching them the value of self-reliance, showing them by example that they can stand on their own feet, just like you. Children learn best by seeing. So when you embrace your independence, you're modeling the life skills they'll carry into adulthood. This is an opportunity not only to grow, but to empower the next generation with the tools they'll need to create their own wealth, emotional stability, and spiritual fulfillment. Living on your own terms is about embracing the challenges that come with independence, knowing they'll shape you into someone stronger and more capable. It's about realizing that you don't have to follow a prescribed path laid out by others, but instead, you have the ability to carve out your own unique journey. And yes, this can feel daunting at times, but it's also the ultimate freedom. The freedom to live a life filled with purpose, aligned with your values, and guided by your own vision of prosperity and fulfillment. In practice, this might look like budgeting your finances in a way that creates both short-term stability and long-term wealth. It could mean carving out time for self-care, nurturing your emotional health, and ensuring that your spiritual practices are aligned with the life you want to lead. Taking responsibility for your life means being proactive, not reactive, and making intentional choices that help you build the foundation for lasting abundance. Of course, independence doesn't mean isolation. It's about creating a network of people who support your values and being open to learning from others who have walked similar paths. But ultimately, it's about remembering that you are the architect of your own life. By embracing this responsibility, you're not only building a better future for yourself, but also for your children, teaching them that true wealth comes from within and it's available to everyone who chooses to embrace it. Life is an ongoing series of decisions. Every choice you make, no matter how small, shapes the life you lead. And yet, so many people fall into the trap of relying on others to make those decisions for them. Whether it's turning to a friend for advice or waiting for the perfect circumstances to appear, it's easy to lose sight of your own power in the process. But the truth is, your life is yours to create, and it starts with making your own decisions. When you rely on others to solve your problems, you surrender your power. You give someone else the responsibility of your happiness, your financial situation, and even your emotional well-being. But here's the thing, only you know what truly serves your highest good. By making your own decisions, you step into the role of the creator of your own life. And that's where the magic happens. You stop waiting for someone else to give you permission or answers, and instead, you find the confidence to make choices that reflect your values and vision. The beauty of making your own decisions is that it leads to empowerment. When you take ownership of your choices, you begin to trust your intuition, your wisdom, and your inner guidance. Imagine you're at a crossroads in your life, whether it's a financial decision, a career move, or a family matter. The moment you decide for yourself, you take back control. You create your own path forward. And while the road might not always be easy, it will always be uniquely yours. There's a common misconception that making decisions on your own means being isolated or disconnected from others. In reality, it's quite the opposite. When you make decisions based on your own values, it actually strengthens your relationships. People around you will begin to respect your confidence, your clarity, and your ability to navigate life with purpose. Your decisions become a reflection of your own integrity and self-respect, and that energy attracts more prosperity and meaningful connections. Making your own decisions doesn't mean you'll always get it right. The important thing is that you learn from every choice, whether it leads to success or challenges. Every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity to grow. And with each decision you make, you develop more resilience, more wisdom, and more self-reliance. Over time, you will find that the path to wealth, prosperity, and emotional peace becomes clearer because you are trusting yourself more with each step you take. In everyday life, this could mean making decisions about your finances that align with your long-term goals, or choosing a lifestyle that nourishes your body, mind, and spirit. It's about being conscious of the choices you make and how they impact your future. Each decision is a building block of your personal empire, whether that's wealth in the material sense or the spiritual richness of living authentically and with purpose. Ultimately, when you make your own decisions, you stop waiting for external circumstances or other people to fix your life. Instead, you start creating solutions from within. You become the driving force in your own life. And that is where true independence, wealth, and abundance are found. And as you continue on this path, the universe will align with your efforts, bringing you closer to the life you envision, one decision at a time. Acceptance is one of the most powerful tools for creating peace in your life. It's about understanding that, while you can't always control your circumstances, you can control how you respond to them. Living within your means doesn't just refer to finances. It's a mindset that extends to all areas of your life. It's about making the most of what you have right now, rather than constantly wishing for things to be different. This is where true abundance begins, not in what you don't have, but in fully embracing what you do. We often get caught up in comparing ourselves to others, wanting what they have, or wishing for a life that seems more comfortable. But here's the truth. Wishing for things beyond your control drains your energy and focus. Instead, turn your attention to what you can change. You have more control than you think, and by accepting where you are, you start to see the opportunities for growth and wealth. It's about recognizing that prosperity isn't just about accumulating more, but making the most of what you have. Living within your means doesn't mean depriving yourself or settling for less. It means being intentional with your resources, financial, emotional, and spiritual. It's about aligning your lifestyle with your current reality while keeping an eye on your long-term vision. This could mean budgeting wisely, setting realistic goals, or even simplifying your day-to-day life so you can focus on the things that truly matter. Your emotional well-being, the love you share with your children, and the personal growth that leads to greater prosperity. The first step to accepting your circumstances is recognizing that it's okay to not have everything you want right now. Life is a journey, not a race. Everyone moves at their own pace. And it's important to understand that the things that truly matter, like health, happiness, and love, are available to you now, regardless of your financial situation. By living within your means, you align yourself with a sense of gratitude that attracts more abundance into your life. Gratitude is the doorway through which prosperity enters. This doesn't mean you stop striving for more, but that you stop allowing external circumstances to dictate your happiness. By accepting where you are and making peace with your current situation, you allow yourself the emotional space to grow. It's in this space of acceptance that you'll begin to see new possibilities for increasing your wealth, whether it's in your career, your personal life, or your financial goals. This is the foundation of emotional and financial stability. In practical terms, accepting your circumstances means taking small, actionable steps each day that align with your reality. This could be as simple as setting a savings goal, practicing mindfulness, or reframing your thoughts around money and abundance. As you begin to live within your means, you'll start to see the power in managing your resources wisely, and how doing so leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment and prosperity. Ultimately, acceptance doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means embracing the present moment fully, knowing that by living within your means, you're creating the conditions for greater abundance in the future. When you focus on what you can control, rather than what you can't, you open the door to limitless potential, both financially and emotionally. As a parent, it's natural to want to provide your children with the best life possible. But here's the thing. The greatest gift you can give them isn't material wealth, it's emotional stability and a loving, supportive environment. While it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that giving them everything they want will ensure their happiness, the truth is, their emotional well-being is what truly shapes their future. When you prioritize this over material possessions, you're giving them something far more valuable. Often, we stress ourselves out trying to keep up with societal expectations of what a good life looks like for our children. This can lead to unnecessary tension and burnout, especially if we're constantly chasing after things that don't truly matter in the long run. But imagine if, instead of focusing on the latest gadgets, luxury vacations, or designer clothes, you focused on spending quality time with your children, listening to them, and creating memories that last a lifetime. This is what builds a foundation for emotional health, and that, my friend, is priceless. When you shift your focus away from material wealth, you create space to nurture what truly matters: connection, love, and understanding. It's easy to think that more stuff equals more happiness, but in reality, it's the emotional security of knowing they are loved and supported that makes the greatest difference in their lives. Children thrive in environments where they feel safe, heard, and valued, not necessarily in environments filled with the latest trends or expensive possessions. The struggle to provide a lifestyle you envision for your children can easily create a cycle of stress. You might find yourself overworking, worrying about finances, and feeling as though you're always running behind. But when you prioritize your children's emotional health, you'll find that you don't need to overextend yourself to create a fulfilling life for them. Instead, you'll focus on creating experiences and moments that enrich their lives, no matter your financial situation. It's about quality, not quantity. It's essential to remember that children learn by example. If you're constantly chasing after material things, they'll learn to place their value in possessions as well. But when you model emotional strength, resilience, and gratitude, they'll internalize these qualities. This kind of wealth is much more valuable than anything money can buy. By focusing on fostering their emotional well-being, you're helping them grow into strong, confident individuals who will carry these values into adulthood. One of the best things you can do for your children is to teach them that true happiness and success are not defined by what you have. You can show them that a simple, content life, full of love and gratitude, is just as rich and often more fulfilling than a life full of possessions. And when you stop stressing about giving them the perfect lifestyle, you free yourself to live more authentically, aligning your life with what really matters. Ultimately, the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've prioritized your children's emotional well-being will bring you greater joy than any material possession ever could. When you focus on nurturing their hearts and minds, you'll create an environment that supports their growth and, in turn, your own. And that, my friend, is the true meaning of abundance. Waiting for a miracle to solve your problems might seem like an easy option, but it's not a sustainable path to change. While it's comforting to hope for an external solution, the truth is that nothing is going to change until you take action. Miracles don't happen by simply wishing for them. They happen when you decide to work with what you have and make the most of your current situation. By focusing on practical solutions and taking responsibility for your own life, you unlock the potential to create real, lasting change. This mindset shift is crucial. When you focus solely on waiting for something external to change, you relinquish control over your own future. But when you decide to take charge and make the best use of your current circumstances, you start to create a ripple effect of positive change. Whether it's through managing your finances wisely, setting achievable goals, or seeking out new opportunities, you're actively shaping your future with each decision you make. Expecting others to step in and fix your situation only leads to frustration. Relying on the help of others, while it may be necessary at times, is not a strategy for long-term success. Instead, focus on what you can do today, even with limited resources. Sometimes, the smallest step can lead to the biggest breakthroughs. You might not have everything you want right now, but you have enough to make progress. And that progress will build momentum over time, leading you to the abundance and prosperity you're seeking. In many ways, the process of creating change is about being resourceful. This could mean taking a hard look at your finances and finding areas where you can cut back. Or it could mean seeking out additional streams of income or developing new skills. The point is, you have everything you need within you to create solutions. Your ability to think creatively and take action is the key to unlocking the doors of opportunity. And waiting for someone else to do it for you won't bring you any closer to your goals. Working with what you have is also about embracing the present moment, fully accepting where you are, and using that as the springboard for growth. By releasing the expectation that things will change on their own, you create the mental space needed to actively work toward solutions. This isn't a passive waiting game, it's an active engagement with your circumstances. And that engagement is what leads to real transformation in your life. Taking practical action, even in small doses, will lead you closer to your desired outcomes. Whether it's setting aside a portion of your income for savings, creating a plan to improve your emotional health, or learning a new skill that opens up career opportunities, every little step counts. The more you focus on what you can control and what you can do now, the more powerful you become in creating your own success and wealth. So instead of waiting for a miracle, embrace the power of your own efforts. Recognize that your current situation is only temporary, and that with consistent effort and focus on practical solutions, you will manifest the changes you seek. It's about taking what you have, no matter how little it seems, and transforming it into something greater. It's easy to get caught up in the difficulty of your own circumstances, feeling as though the weight of the world is on your shoulders. The stress, the pressure, the overwhelming sense that things may never get better, it's all too real. But one of the most powerful tools you can use in these moments is perspective. When you take a step back and recognize that many others are facing even greater challenges, it can help you realize that your situation, no matter how tough, might not be as dire as it seems. The truth is, everyone has their own struggles. You might look at someone else's life and think that they've got it all together, but what you don't see are the unseen battles they're facing. No one's life is perfect. When you start comparing your situation to others, you might just find that your own struggles are more manageable than you once believed. It's not about minimizing your problems, but about understanding that you have the strength to overcome them, just like countless others have done before you. By putting your struggles in perspective, you begin to shift your mindset from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, you start seeing what's going right. You begin to recognize the resilience within you and the countless ways you've already overcome obstacles in the past. And the more you focus on these strengths, the more equipped you feel to tackle the current challenges before you. Life is not about comparing your struggles to others, but about recognizing that everyone has their own unique path. Some may be dealing with loss, illness, or financial hardship that is far greater than your own. But that doesn't mean your struggles aren't valid. In fact, it means that you are resilient enough to navigate them. When you see your situation in the context of the world at large, it becomes easier to find the strength to persevere and keep moving forward. The key to maintaining this perspective is gratitude. When you shift your focus from what you don't have to what you do have, you begin to see the blessings in your life. Maybe it's the love of your children, a roof over your head, or the ability to wake up each morning. These are all gifts that many others don't have. Gratitude helps you tap into an abundance mindset, where you see the richness of your life, even amidst the struggle. Instead of allowing your current challenges to weigh you down, use them as a reminder of how far you've come. Think of all the times you've faced adversity and come out stronger. Those moments of strength are what define you, not the setbacks. The struggles you're facing right now may feel difficult, but remember that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become even more capable. So, take a deep breath and remind yourself that your situation is temporary. Others may be facing far greater difficulties, but that doesn't diminish the significance of your own challenges. You are more than capable of overcoming them, and each step you take brings you closer to the abundance and prosperity you seek. Gratitude is one of the most transformative emotions you can cultivate, especially when life feels overwhelming. When you shift your focus to what you do have, rather than what you lack, you begin to create an energetic shift in your life. As a parent, this mindset is even more powerful. Embracing your role as a loving, caring presence in your children's lives, regardless of your financial situation, is the foundation of true wealth. The love and care you provide are more valuable than any material possession could ever be. We often get caught up in the idea that happiness is linked to wealth, especially when we see others living lives we envy. But here's the truth. The richest people in the world may not always be those with the most money. They may be the ones who are rich in love, patience, and emotional resilience. Your children don't need the latest toys or lavish vacations. What they need is your attention, your presence, and your care. These are the things that will shape their lives in ways that money never could. When you embrace gratitude, you start to realize just how much you have already. It could be the small moments spent with your children, the ability to provide a safe home, or the love you share with them. These things are treasures, often overlooked in the hustle for more material wealth. But by embracing the abundance in your life, no matter how small it seems, you open the door to greater fulfillment and prosperity. Your children learn the importance of these values by watching you live them. Self-sufficiency is another key component of creating a sense of empowerment. It's about realizing that you have everything you need within you to succeed, whether it's emotional strength, practical skills, or the ability to problem solve. You are more than capable of creating the life you desire. By shifting your focus to self-sufficiency, you begin to understand that wealth isn't just about money, it's about being resourceful and resilient, making the most of what you have in any given moment. As a parent, self-sufficiency means taking ownership of your role in your children's lives. You are their primary source of love and security, and it's your ability to stay grounded and present that will have the greatest impact on them. While material gifts can certainly be appreciated, it's the emotional security you provide that will carry them through life. When you prioritize your own emotional well-being and self-sufficiency, you're setting the example for them to follow. You teach them that true wealth lies in the richness of human connection, not in things. One of the most empowering things you can do for yourself and your children is to stop waiting for external circumstances to improve. Instead, start with what you have and focus on creating abundance through your mindset and actions. By embracing gratitude and self-sufficiency, you not only create a stable foundation for yourself, but also model resilience and love for your children. They will learn that happiness is not about what you have, but how you use what you've been given. At the end of the day, the love and care you provide your children, combined with a mindset of gratitude and self-sufficiency, are the most precious gifts you can give them. These things are what will stay with them forever, far beyond any material possessions. And when you embrace your role as a parent with this mindset, you're not only enriching their lives, but also creating a more abundant and fulfilling life for yourself. You've learned that true wealth isn't just about what you own, it's about how you feel and how you nurture those you love. By shifting your focus to your emotional health and the well-being of your children, you unlock the doors to a richer, more meaningful life. Now, it's time to take action. Ask yourself, what steps can you take today to prioritize your emotional health over material pursuits? How can you create an environment where love, gratitude, and self-sufficiency are the foundation of your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're ready to continue learning how to manifest abundance in all areas of your life, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Together, we can create a life filled with true prosperity.